True lovers, ever feel like finding your soulmate takes longer than getting a reply from customer service when they say, "Your call is very important to us," and then leave you hanging in smooth jazz purgatory for eternity? Like, seriously, are they coming via carrier pigeon? Riding a snail through molasses? At this point, I'm starting to think my soulmate is in witness protection. Hi, I'm Haim Love. Yes, I am. I'm Haim with Be Love Media. And today we'll chat about the juncture between the wisdom of the Tao Te Ching, specifically verse 44, and your love life. I'm passionate about bringing ancient spiritual wisdom into modern matters of the heart, especially when it comes to calling in your ultimate soulmate without losing your soul in the process. If you stick around till the end of this video, you'll be invited to recite together with me the ultimate affirmation to attract your ultimate soulmate. So stay tuned, true lovers. And hey, if you're vibing with soul deep love and Taoist tea, tap that subscribe button and give this video a cosmic little like. So let's dive into verse 44 of the Tao Te Ching as translated by Stephen Mitchell. Thank you, Stephen. Open quote. Fame or integrity, which is more important? Money or happiness, which is more valuable? Success or failure, which is more destructive? If you look to others for fulfillment, you will never truly be fulfilled. If your happiness depends on money, you will never be happy with yourself. Be content with what you have. Rejoice in the way things are. When you realize there is nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you. Close quote. So, how did I use this verse in my own journey? How did I take advantage of the wisdom hiding in that verse while I was going through my own path? Well, let me tell you, true lovers, it all started after being confronted with my third divorce. Yep, third, trifecta of heartbreak. At that point, I was like, maybe I'm the common denominator here? No kidding. But instead of rushing out to download every dating app or hiring a relationship coach who charges more than a used car, I took a different path. I opened up the Tao and myself. I spent the next 18 months in deep, continuous shadow work. Journaling, crying, meditating, letting go, realizing I had tied my worth to being chosen by someone else. Verse 44 reminded me, fame or integrity? I chose integrity with myself. Money or happiness? I chose inner peace over external bling. Success or failure? I stopped measuring myself by relationships and started aligning with wholeness. The Tao whispered, when you realize there is nothing lacking. And I began to live from that place of abundance, not absence. And just to give you one example, though I have many, as I found myself going towards my third painful divorce, I had to make certain decisions to avoid stooping to the level that my ex was trying to drag me into, because she was an injured bird, so to speak. She was in pain. She never processed her childhood traumas. I had childhood traumas too, but I understood the importance of working on myself. I understood that without working myself, that trauma, as it did before, will keep dragging me into the same patterns. Unfortunately, she didn't, which meant that my third divorce was reeking with toxic energy, with desire for revenge on her end. But I had to protect my vibration, didn't I? So, for example, I had to make many decisions, such as, like any divorced couple a divorcing couple would go through. We had to separate our affairs. We have to separate our money, our bank accounts. And I had to make a decision. What do we do with our joint financial saving account? Which was there to make a decision on. And I decided to leave myself with not even $1 in a saving account. Thankfully, I had a steady job, but just let it all go, let her have it, to decrease best I could the level of conflict, bring more peace into an already non-peaceful situation. And let me tell you, it was scary, right? Shouldn't I be left with some kind of money to work with? But you know what? The universe will provide. And this verse reminded me that. And guess what? That's when things shifted. When I began to live from that place of abundance, that's when love came. Not because I was searching, but because I became the invitation. So, true lovers, I want you to feel what I felt after that journey. So let's speak life and light into our hearts by reciting together the next 10 I am love affirmations. So take a minute and feel free to join me. I am whole and complete as I am. I am love in its purest form. I attract love because I live from love. My worth is not dependent on being chosen. I honor the divine timing of my soulmate's arrival. I am already partnered with the universe. I forgive my past and embrace my path. I trust the unfolding of love in my life. I am magnetized to the love that matches my soul. I am love. I give love. I receive love. You know, using those affirmations back then, 18 months from the moment I petitioned for divorce from what turned out to be my worst relationship up until that point, 18 months later of doing this shadow work, using this affirmation, connecting to the energy of the Tao Te Ching, I attracted an incredible human being that I remember telling a friend of mine back then who I was looking for. I told him, I'm looking for somebody kind. I'm looking for somebody generous. I'm looking for somebody who's interested in the same spiritual matters that I am interested in. I'm looking for somebody who's going to accept my back then 3-year-old child with autism into her life as his stepmom. I'm looking for somebody who will have no significant conflicts on a day-to-day basis like I had in all my previous relationships. Somebody harmonious. And he said, Haim, that person does not exist. Get over it. 18 months later, I met Rachel, who is now my wife, my ultimate soulmate, the love of my life, and I can talk for hours about how amazing she is and how harmonious our relationship is. So, true lovers, place your hand on your heart and take a deep breath. Let's speak the ultimate soulmate affirmation together. I am aligned with divine love. My soulmate and I are on a path that leads to union, wholeness, and joy. I am love, and I attract love effortlessly. Feel that? That's alignment. That's attraction. That's the Tao flowing through your heart like poetry in motion. True lovers, if this video made you smile, breathe deeper, or delete your ex's number again, then like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel, true lovers. Because spiritual love isn't just an idea. It's a revolution of the heart, as my Rachel would say. And remember, you don't have to chase love. Just become the place where it's safe to land. Stay luminous, stay loving, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace, Tao, and be love.